Hi, my name is Ida Nishad. I'm a second year and I'm an accounting major. And I studied for the LSAT over the summer and I've been wanting to study more. And honestly, like with school coming, I know how hard it is for everyone to balance that study, like progress set time. So I just want to like make like a part of this session, like a place where you can find someone to keep you accountable and like get the information that you need to like pass the LSAT. So just like by raise of hands, how many of you guys are like junior seniors? And how many of you guys have taken the LSAT before? Okay, and how many of you guys are thinking about taking the LSAT within this year? Okay, cool. Well, you guys are in the right place because I want to give you guys a little bit of an introduction to the LSAT, like a basic one, and I want to talk about it. But before we do, I have a quick little icebreaker, and it's just like an intuition test. I want you to look at the law that I'm going to put on the screen, and I want you to tell me intuitively if you feel like it's like legal or not legal. How does that sound? Good, bad, fire. Okay, just like yell out legal, not legal. Ready? Where did it go? Okay, a woman spills hot coffee on herself and sues McDonald's for millions. Is that legal or not legal?
Legal.
You're right. Legal. Stella Liebeck suffered third-degree burns, and her evidence showed that McDonald's kept his coffee dangerously hot. Okay, a news site posts paparazzi photos of Kim Kardashian without paying. Is that legal or not? Quick, like whatever you think.
Legal.
Okay, illegal. Celebrities don't own paparazzi photos, the photographer does. Better luck next time, guys. Okay. And then a farmer tries to avoid vegetable import tariffs by arguing their tomatoes are fruit. Is that legal or not legal? Legal? Not legal? A little mix here. Okay. It's illegal. The Supreme Court rules them as vegetables. So you can't get over it by calling them fruits. My point with that is that laws are not exactly what you expect them to be. When evaluating it, you can't go off of intuition or just like memorize. Imagine if you like hired a lawyer and they were like, damn, like, guys, like, I don't think like he killed him because I just had like a gut feeling like he's a good guy. Like, like who would want to hire that person? Or even just like a lawyer that's like I just remember like I was like my friend was there and like I just remember him saying like he would never do that. You know what I mean? Like you want to have actual concrete evidence. You want to have a lawyer that can analyze and think critically with the facts that are presented in front of them. And that's what the LSAT tests. It's not just like a tool to see how much you can memorize or how much you can like guess like correctly, you know? It's a critical thinking test and it tests your logical reasoning. It tests like your ability to read and your ability to understand what's in front of you. What like makes LSAT the test for law schools compared to like other tests is that if you were just looking at two students just by GPA and like say both of them have like a 3.8, but one of them's an engineering major from Berkeley and one of them's like a, a communications major from Chico State, you know? Like it's not the same, like it's very different. So it's not fair to like judge them and like treat them the same in like your application when they've done like such different things, you know? And but whereas with the LSAT, if someone from that person from Chico State got like a 178 and the person from Berkeley got a 178, it's like you can tell like they're equal, you know? Um, with the logical reasoning, like being able to spot those like flaws and in arguments and just being able to tell like what exactly someone is trying to say, that's a really like crucial skill, especially in the field of law. Like, what else are you guys doing, you know? And then reading comprehension, I feel like lawyers when they're like looking through cases, it's not like how you see in movies. It's not like a one day kind of thing. It's like a months and months of reading and analyzing. And you have to look through and be able to comprehend everything and find that one needle in like a haystack that can make or break your case. So it's a pretty big deal, and that's what this test is trying to test. Recent changes. If you guys were studying for LSAT and you saw like the logic game section on there, you can like ignore it completely. Um, it's not like a big deal, you know, like they changed it in 2024 and they made it to another like logical reasoning thing instead of the game. And then the argumentative writing, it's 50 minutes and you do it like by yourself remote. You can do it like within a week of taking the test. And it's not really emphasized when studying because it's unscored, but it could be like the difference between someone who has the same exact profile as you, and then they see like your argument was like not like as good as theirs. Because what the law schools are just looking for is, can they build a basic argument? How is the LSAT scored? There's no penalty for incorrect answers. So when you're like running through a section and you're like almost running out of time, I would recommend, like, if you have 5 minutes, go through the ones that you haven't answered and pick a lucky letter. I always pick A because my name is Ida, and A for Ida. It starts with an A. And then one of your 4 sections randomly does not count towards your score. So they like expunge it, and the reason that they do that is because it's like an experimental section. So they'll put questions that they're kind of like debating, like, oh, is it too hard for them? Is it too easy for them? And they know like that's not fair to grade you on that because they're not even sure about the question. So how can you be sure about how well you grade you on them? So that's why they throw that experimental section out. And then raw score is like the score out of those 3 sections that are graded. It's like how many of those you got right and wrong. So like it'll be like 70 and 71 questions, and you'll like, let's say you get like 10 wrong, they'll like use a scaling chart that they have on the LSAT website if you guys want to check it out. That's a really big resource, lsat.org. It explains like everything about that. Sorry if I'm like rushing. If it's too fast, let me know. Okay, perfect. Because I'm like kind of scared of the room thing. Sorry guys, but yes, all questions are weighted equally. So if you have one really hard question and 5 really easy questions, I would say do those 5 easy questions and then come back to the hard one if you have time, because you're risking 5 points versus 1 point instead of like, like the rigor. So that's my advice to you guys. How does LSAT registration work? It's on the website lsat.org. Everything you need to know is on that website. That is a huge resource. It's $222 per test, but you can get fee waivers if you're eligible. And I think the next one that you can register for, if you register before next Thursday, you can take the November one. You can take the January, February, April, and June. I think those are the upcoming 5 tests. And you have up to 5 like tests, like takes. So don't go in like being like, oh, I have to ace it on the first one. Be prepared to, like get better. But it does also cost like $200 per test. So I would say like, be smart about it too. And what else can I tell you about this? Is there any questions about this? Oh, fire, guys.
I have a question.
Go for it.
So for example, take multiple tag, how do we know which one's gonna be the like?
Oh, the LSAT just, the people when they're reviewing your application, they take your best score out of all the ones. Yes?
I heard that some law schools, they don't take your best score, they average it out of
Maybe, but I feel like I haven't heard that, so I can't like agree or like deny it.
I like did this like course.
Okay.
They provided this LSAT prep
Okay.
course during the summer.
Yeah.
And the guy who was doing it,
He said it?
that, yeah.
Okay. I guess maybe look into the LSAT or the schools
Usually
that
depends on the schools.
yeah, the schools that you're applying to, and double check that, like your scores are like suitable for that. I feel like with the ones that like how many people are like planning to go out of state, in state? Like, does anyone know? Yes. What's your name? Zalea. Do you have like a school in mind or?
I'm from Chicago.
Chicago. Oh, that's a good one. That's a pretty good law school. Yeah, I mean, like when you're thinking like that, you would obviously like look at like, oh, like what do you need to go into that school? So maybe if there's a specific school that you have in mind where they do that, just double check before you apply if they like how they look at your scores. But personally, I would recommend getting used to it and being prepared to take all of those attempts. But that is a good thing to keep in mind. Thank you for bringing that up. What's your name?
Marlene.
Marlene. Thank you, Marlene. Fee waivers. Okay. Yes. Any other questions? These are good questions, guys. Fire. Next one. Okay. What are law schools looking for? The biggest thing is LSAT, because first of all, it's like an even like scale base. Like if you're like, a student like from Long Beach or like everything, like it's something that they can compare like everywhere, and also law schools are ranked based on their median LSAT score, like of like whoever they let in. So like if you want to be like some schools, they're like think like, oh, like this would be a nice year to be like a top 14 school or the top 20 school. So then they'll like try and pick more students with kids who have like higher scores. And it's just like, it's nothing against you. It's just because they want to get more money and they want to get more funding. So they'll pick students who have those higher scores. So if you want to be guaranteed you get through the door, LSAT scores is a big thing. Another thing is keeping up your GPA. Law schools really look at that, and they want to see like, oh, like you've done this for 4 years, then you can definitely do this for 3 years. Resume, prior work experience. They would really want to know like, why are you going to law school? Like, are you just doing it because like someone told you to do it, or you feel like you'll make easy money? Because in reality, law is not somewhere where you can make easy money. It's a hard like job, and you're kind of going like, if you pay for it by yourself, you're going like a lot of money in debt. So you have to really be sure that you want it, and you have to be really sure like you know exactly what you're gonna do with the degree. Personal statement. That's like, it shows your personality. It's like, why, like, if you want to see like people around you every day, like you're letting people come to your home, like you want to get to know them, and you want to like know who you're letting into.
Interesting. Oh.
Pardon?
Mhm.
Oh. I don't know. And then recommendation letters, it's just confirming like, you know, you're who you're saying you are, and it's like other people confirming it for you. And then argumentative writing clarity, it's like basically testing the basics, like can you speak, can you prove your point? Because if you can't do that, then like I think you might be in the wrong field, you know. Resources to check out, like I said, LSAC, that has everything like law school related, everything with the legal career, like that's a great place to start. They administer the LSAT, yes.
I have a question. I went to community college. Do they accept letters of recommendation?
Yes, they'll accept letters of recommendation from anywhere. Yes, no worries. Just maybe not like from another student, maybe from a professor or someone you like work with. Okay, perfect. Some really law school forums I was looking at. There's like online ones, and there's ones in LA. I think that we can like benefit a lot from them if people go. It's a good networking opportunity. It kind of gets you like more aware of like what to expect within law. Law Hub, they have all like 180 LSAT like tests that that's where we get our questions from. We get it directly from Law Hub. So when we do go over questions, that's like where we'll find it. And then Khan Academy, it has free like question type descriptions. I wouldn't worry about this too much at first, but once you get to like a rhythm of practicing and just taking like exams, then definitely like thinking about what like question types and like seeing those patterns, that can really help. And then the LSAT Demon website and daily podcast, that's where I first started. And low-key, like the guys on the podcast are so mean, but like it like kind of like made it like digestible for me. And it's like the daily podcast is like 5 to 10 minutes every day. So it's a really great place to start if you want to like get familiar with the law like field. And then their website makes it like breaks it down in a way that makes it really easy to understand logical reasoning and like just build a really good practice schedule. They have this thing called 1 hour LSAT where you can take like basically a practice exam every week if you're studying like 1 hour a day. And I think that's like really helpful for me, especially when over the summer when I was doing it consistently, it was really manageable, where it would be 1 hour like time section, and then the next day you would just practice and review really slowly and detailed, and then 1 hour like the other time section, and then keep reviewing, and then 1 hour the time section that you find hardest and keep reviewing, and so on and so forth. And it was just like a really good like method for me. And you'd even get like a day break. So that's a really good option. Okay, here's my question to you guys is I want to know what you guys in these LSAT lessons, would you guys feel like you'd benefit more from like me talking at you like this, like lessons about like little things like, oh, like necessary parallel like flaws and reasonings and sufficient assumptions and things like that. Or if you would like quiet study time or like group study time, or if we were to like put questions on the slide and just like, you know, go over it together. Time is it? Okay. But yeah, I'll give you guys like a few minutes to fill out the form, and then this is basically it. I guess my other reminders would be the future lessons. Once we like figure it out, I think it will be paid members only. So remember to pay your dues. Dan here is in charge of the dues, so he can help you with that. And the dues also get you into like a lot of other parts that our like law society can offer, like law school tours or like just special events like speakers and things that you would have to get paid, but that's why I would pay the dues. Did everyone scan this? Please let me know, and please let me know like how like familiar you guys are with the LSAT, because I want to know like what level I'm teaching to, if that makes sense. And I want to make the like depending on that how fun to how like locked in we gotta be, you know? So please let me know anything you can. I'm like really willing to learn. We're starting this, like this is a new initiative. None of the like previous like Law Society years have been able to do this. So I really do want to make it happen. So any feedback you guys get, like, because we're starting something new and I want to see it the whole way through. Does that make sense, guys? Yes. Okay. And then here's the dues. If you guys, want to. Dan's in charge of it too, so he'll help you out. And then upcoming events. So this was today, but we'll have a better one next time where we can actually go through questions and stuff. And we actually have a room. Super sorry about that. I don't know what went wrong. Is the fundraiser gonna be moved in?
Yeah, can we go to the 2nd of October?
October 2nd, you guys are all going to Chipotle. October 8th, there's another general meeting, and September 23rd, there's a general meeting, and it's gonna be resume building. It's hybrid, so like how we have the Zoom there, and we'll also have it in person. I would recommend this. I know Nick, like our president, has a really good like resume and like interview like skills, and he's taught it before, so he's a really great person to talk to about that. And the free headshot, like come on now, guys, like this is like the deal of a lifetime. And then there's a general meeting, October 8th, and that's gonna be 5 p.m. Wednesday, and this is gonna be 3:30 Tuesday. And then October 10th, UCLA Law School. Keep this date open, it has to be in person, and it's a really good opportunity, like, but this is USC, not UCLA, but USC, but really good opportunity. USC is really good too, like, trust. And it's nice, and there's this like matcha place I like there called Dulce, and they have like blueberry matcha, so if you're into that, that's a spot. And then what else? I think that's it, guys. Thanks for coming today. Super sorry about all the inconvenience. Next time we promise we'll have it better. And thank you for filling out the forms, guys. Okay, that's it. We have to leave the room now, but please come and talk to me if you have any advice or anything.